Catherine's here. We can start the party now. That's good. Give it about a minute and we'll get started. Obviously, it's recorded.
I heard eventually that all meetings will just be people's AI going to the meetings, and then no longer will people actually.
We're seeing that more and more. My question, if you have a note taker, back when long time ago when I was in college, we could actually pay somebody else to take notes for us. But are you reading the notes? If they're taking notes, are you actually reading them? Right. So Miguel Adam as well. That's right. All right, let's get started. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our monthly brokerage meeting. We have this on the second Thursday of every month. Hey, Michelle. Good morning. This typically runs about an hour, sometimes a little longer. Today, we'll try to be as quick and efficient as possible. I know that several of our agents are signed up for the Elevate classes, and there's one today in about a half an hour. So if you have to jump off, you're more than welcome to at that point in time. This is recorded, and all of our brokerage meetings, as well as all of our non-CE classes, are recorded and stored in your download in your video section. So under education, you go to video courses, and then they're all linked there to videos that I've done or recorded. This will be the same thing. And as I keep on saying that, more people are jumping in, so it's good. Okay. Doorbell. Okay. Here we go. I'll give it a minute. See. All right, Robert, you saw my screen, right? You're good. We're sharing the slide deck, I should say.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Obviously, I'm not going to do all the videos today, just two of them for us, so, to remind us that we have really great tech at HomeSmart. And one more. Very, very cool. Okay. Just, do we have anybody from our smart partners here today? Okay. I'll make this fairly quick. A couple things, exciting news from HomeSmart. I was back at corporate last week. We'll talk more about that in a second. But the CRM, we have KV Core, we have Lofty, and so forth, different partnerships. And there's a kind of rudimentary CRM, customer relation management software in Real Smart Agent now. They're working on it, almost ready to roll out. Probably by the end of the year, they're going to have a I wouldn't say it's going to be like a KV Core, but it's going to be a CRM that's usable for us to integrate that and use that to mail our clients right in RSA, free to the agent. So it won't be a cost to you. So if you're looking for a CRM and you haven't got one yet, hold off. There's going to be an opportunity with HomeSmart. And other good news, probably coming out next month. They rolled it out in corporate market. It's a thing called Earnest. It's a third party that allows us at HomeSmart to receive a wire, either the first month's rent for your client that goes to us as commission, a deposit for your landlord, or even earnest money in some ways that they could wire it in and then you get sent to your escrow. They don't hold it. It's a fee-based service, but it will be available because we have a lot of issues here with tenants wanting to bring in cashier's check, money orders, or whatever, and getting them processed. So this should speed up the process for money to be getting in and for all of you getting paid, which is awesome. And then last thing on the smart partners as well, we all got the notice about Minute Mortgage no longer doing loans in Texas or Georgia or Colorado. They pulled back to just Arizona. So we are looking for mortgage partners. I know many of you have sent in your mortgage E. We've talked to several, and the first step is talking to Bonnie Cloy over in our affiliate partners group. And then, of course, see how that works out, and then we'll get people in front of you after that. So it's a real good opportunity for lenders or any other type of service inspectors and so forth to partner with HomeSmart. So reach out to me, and I'll connect you. Okay. We always like doing this. These, all of the ones on the screen here, and I don't want to butcher your name, but Kion Gibson, James McClure, Timothy Moreland, Jose Clavijo, Nuruddin Marana, Gina Simpson, Ruben Reyes, Yusin Peralta, Tamara Pratt, Megan Schild, Rafat, I don't know how to spell, sorry, Oscar, Chaltran, Nazran, Ryan, Chadima, Andrea, and Caleb. Welcome to HomeSmart. They've all joined us this last month. Thank you very much for coming to the HomeSmart family. So yay on that note. And people are still popping in. Good. All right. So one of our special guests today, Robert Aldrich, our head of our HSI commercial. Robert, it's your turn, buddy.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So yeah, we've got a good group, good team in Houston. I asked everybody if they could pop in and say hi. If any of you HSI agents are there, this is your chance to introduce yourself to the crew. Anybody? So we have Tracy Frederick, Gaston Garrido, Atif Ilias, Jason McLean, Linda Lynn, Jennifer Rebe, and Aaron Willis. Aaron's usually on here, so I'm surprised she's not. But hey, yay, there you are. So yeah, we got a great team. They're all here, ready to assist. Not everybody focuses on the same thing because commercial is wide and long and deep and complex and challenging. Some folks are listing agents, some folks are tenant reps, some folks do other stuff, land sales. So if you have a referral, contact us and we'll find the right person on our team. So Aaron is working on a bunch of great stuff. I think you have a couple of referrals you're working on too. Is that right?
Yes, I do have some listings. I've got some things for sale, for lease, and I do have some opportunities that I am looking to partner with some people on as well.
Great. I forgot I'm going to put my stuff in the chat, and that includes our website, which I'm already showing to you guys. We've got all of our agents on there with their contact information. The cool thing about working with us is referrals, obviously paying those out, but then being able to focus on what you're doing and knowing that your client's being taken care of. The other thing is that our MLS services are a little bit different from what you guys use. And so our agents are using CoStar, Crexi, LoopNet, some other services. In some cases, their monthly bill is around $400 to $700 just in MLS fees. Not to mention all the other tools and stuff that they need to specialize in commercial. So the great thing is that you can get those things listed and promoted out there, and work with one of our fantastic agents. I think that's it. Just love to work with you guys.
If people that do commercial, why would they join HSI Commercial?
Yeah. So we're awesome group of folks. We've got, basically we've got two markets. So we're working in Texas and in Georgia. But we do have agents that work in other states as well. And we're planning to expand. So eventually this will be, every corporate HomeSmart office will have an HSI group, and I'm the team leader and work with all those agents. So we get all interconnected and work on our deals. So that's one advantage. So support from me. We do get discounts off of kind of what the rack rate is for our MLS services. So because we're buying in bulk, those services are cheaper than what they would be on your own. So the support, and then obviously we've got specialized marketing material specifically for HSI. We have our own little MDC that's got all of our HSI commercial marketing stuff that's in there. And cool things that you can use to market your business if you want to work on commercial. So if you're interested, reach out. I'd love to talk to you about it.
And it's a plan change. Basically, you would be on the HSI plan. So one more thing, and you mentioned it, and we get a lot of calls from our residential agents saying, hey, I need someone that specializes in restaurant space or commercial leasing or whatever. It'd be great to have the HSI team on here maybe next time, and just each one say, this is what I specialize in. Hey, if you have I do a lot of medical buildings, I do a lot of whatever, that'd be a great resource for our agents. So
no, definitely, I'll make sure that they get on here next time. And we're trying to work on a website so we can have everyone's specialties listed on there as well, but that's kind of what our deal is.
Cool. And as a smaller team at this point in time, it's nice to be able to, work and have a resource for us. So it's good.
Yeah. And we're growing.
Good. I wasn't saying anything about being small. I'm just saying.
I didn't take it that way.
All right, cool. All right. Let me unpin you guys. Hold on. I got you. I'll unpin Robert. I'll pin myself. Okay. Got people coming in. Lots of updates to go through as far as there always is. There's obviously no form changes this month, which is great. We're kind of getting through that. But Elevate started this week. Today is the second class of, I believe there's 11, but here's the promo that we started last month.
Are you ready to elevate your career and take it to the next level? Join us this October for Elevate 2024, HomeSmart's premier live 7-part training series designed to empower you with the skills and knowledge you need to thrive in today's market. This year, we'll be focusing on working with buyers, perfecting your listing presentation, lead generation, leveraging social media, leveling up to the luxury niche, open houses 101, and neighborhood reports and database marketing. Learn from top industry experts and gain actionable insights that you can apply immediately. Elevate is live every October, but if you miss a session, don't worry, it will be available in our on-demand library. Don't miss out on this opportunity to elevate your business. Register today and secure your spot for Elevate 2024. Success is just one training away. Are you ready to elevate your career and take it to the next level?
Yes, Aaron. That's a different one. Yeah. Aaron. All right. So I don't know who, we had a CE class yesterday. We had about 60 agents on the CE class. At the same time, we had our first Elevate class. I'd be curious on feedback from that. It is in your, like I said, they are recorded. They are in your on-demand library. So go to education, video courses, and it will be there if you miss one. These were really good last year, taught by our top professionals in the company and leaders. And then, so I'm looking forward to the luxury one and social media and lead gen. Obviously, we get a lot of questions about lead generation. So Make sure you sign up for them, attend them. If you miss them, watch them afterwards. It's really, really good. Couple things here. We let this out last month and saying that the HomeSmart updated their disclosure. This used to be called the affiliated business disclosure. They attached a wire fraud disclosure, but there's so much fraud going on now. So now we have a 3-page document that's in your download section of Real Smart Agent. This is now required as of the end of last month, so about 10 days ago. So on every transaction going forward for the party you represent. So if it's your buyer, your seller, on those transactions, you have them sign this. The first part is a signature for wire fraud, so they understand not to wire monies to people they shouldn't, to verify things as well. And the second page of that is just the affiliated business. Basically, the HomeSmart owns a title company. They own a mortgage company. Neither one of them are in Texas. I know it seems redundant, but we still have a duty to disclose because we're part of the company. That's what it's about. And of course, there's a signature there. So it's 2 signatures on the 3 pages and the way it is, but this is a required document now. So just so you guys know. The other required document we talked about when we added on the new forms was the TXR 1925. We haven't been enforcing this one. This is to protect you and your clients. If you're working with a buyer, this is only on the buy side of sales. It's not for rentals, not for listings. This is for the buyers. And it's just a way to protect you and the brokerage and your buyer. And it's got the 5 steps here. Did you do an inspection or you choose not to? Did you do a re-inspection or choose not to? Did you get a home service contract or not? Did you do a walkthrough or did you choose not to? And then you just acknowledge it so that they have the opportunity throughout the transaction and they made choices that affected whatever their decision is. So later on, this really protects your license and your service to your client. So just reminder now, we'll start be asking for this as we go forward on your transactions.
Okay. This one will be required too, Marty, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yep. We've done it before, but all the required docs, including that one, is available in one document. Thanks, Wanda, for putting this together for us. Fantastic. Even color-coded as well with the TREX number, Texas Realtor number, and the TREC number for the appropriate form for all the required documents, which includes all the new forms. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us, but it's pretty straightforward there. And we'll update this if need be when TREC changes forms next year. So, okay. Couple things. Got an email out to a lot of you about Code of Ethics. Code of Ethics is not a TREC requirement. Code of Ethics is a NAR requirement, a realtor membership requirement. You can take Code of Ethics for clock hours, and those clock hours do work towards your renewal, but they are separate things. So there's several hundred of our agents still have to complete their tri-annual. So every 3 years, you have to complete a 2.5 to 3 hour Code of Ethics class. They're offered free online at NAR. You can go there and take them like a basically video-based course and be done with it. There's also CE courses. We've offered it this year as well. And we had over 100 agents take it. That said, you have until December 31st to take and complete your Code of Ethics training. And then you'll have to do it again in the next 3 years. So just so you know, that's the deadline that's coming up. And the reason that's important is you can be, if you don't complete your Code of Ethics, a couple things. They can suspend you, have any right to say realtor or realtor associate, any access to HAR or Texas Realtors. It's a pretty stiff penalty if you go far enough. And ultimately, they come back to the brokerage and say, and if Lupe or Michelle or Aaron aren't members, you either have to unsponsor them or we unsponsor the entire office. So it's kind of one of those weird things. So they're pretty tough on it. It's an all or nothing. Everybody's got to be or nobody is. And so that's kind of why we let you know. So you got basically 2.5 months. So if you don't have your Code of Ethics, it's not us requiring it. It's the National Association of Realtors. And then they require all of us to follow suit. Okay. Couple things. When I was back in Scottsdale last week, we met with, it was a mastermind summit. Basically, they brought in all the market leaders like myself, corporate market leaders, and all the franchise owners, and it was really, really good. I got some really great ideas. And one of those ideas, though, was when we bring on the list of new agents every month, they do an online orientation. They get with agent services, but really they're not really connected to the brokerage. So we're going to be working on a sort of a mandatory, come in, meet the staff, meet the broker, get some orientation on how to access a Real Smart agent. Here's mentorship. It's available. Kind of get that warm fuzzy so they actually have a connection to our family. So it's we're looking forward to getting that in place, and it's gonna be good. Okay. All right. This is something cool that I also got from that same mastermind. This is a brokerage, a franchise up in Washington State, my old state. This is something that they do for their agents. Their agents, they only got about 400 agents up there, so it's a lot smaller than our brokerage. But we get a lot of requests about, hey, can you let somebody know that I need open house help? And you guys already get thousands of emails. So I don't want to email you every time Michelle has a listing, needs someone to hold an open house, right? It's redundant, but they found a way to do this. And so we're going to start doing this as an effort to you. Is basically each week, if you have a listing and wants to have an open house that weekend, and there's an opportunity for other agents at HomeSmart to do open houses, we're going to have you email the broker email by Wednesday. And on Thursday, we'll compile a list, email it out, one email. Here's all the availabilities available this weekend. Contact that particular agent for the opportunity. And then we'll just give, that way our agents that need to hold open houses, need more buyer business, they have the access to it, they know who to call. And our listing agents have an resource to reach our 1,700 agents here at HomeSmart, which is kind of cool. And then we'll probably put it on the Facebook page as well, just so you know. So I will send more information out via email on that, but I thought it'd be kind of fun. So at least one way to provide value. Okay, and of course, this is the broker. This is the email, no later than Wednesday. Go out on Thursday. This will probably start next month, so don't get too excited about this weekend. And then, of course, they'll contact you. So, right? Wanda, are you here with us? Many of you know our assistant broker. She's been doing a bang-up job. She does our contracts one-on-one class, and that's a once-a-month class in person where 4 or 5 agents that really need sort of hands-on help, how to write contracts, how to go things. It's been really, really helpful. She's also taken over our mentorship program, and she had a meeting with our existing mentors talking about how to make the program better, and support our mentees and really do it. So I'm excited about what she's doing there. Wanda, are you there? She's probably busy on the phone, answering phones. Anyway, if you're interested in being a mentor, please reach out to Wanda. If you're interested in mentorship, we got some great mentors. I know Erin herself there is one of the mentors. It's really fantastic. They don't get paid a lot to help out, but they have a heart to serve and really help. So we're trying to revamp it so it's beneficial for the mentors and the mentees, so that you know where to start and have modules. So it's really exciting. So keep that in mind, everybody. Because a lot of you are really good agents, and some of you, if you have the heart to give back, it's a great way of doing it. And some of you that are part-time or are getting back into the business, it may be a great place to partner with our mentorship team to really get up and going, especially in this market. All right. Of course, turn times, we're getting better now. We seem to be with Wanda on board, with Cecilia Hernandez there. We're actually caught up through today, but generally, once you turn paperwork in, our paperwork team sorts it. They send it over to the broker for review. And then, of course, that typically is a 3-day turnaround. So make sure that you're doing it soon. We get a lot of agents that upload paperwork the day of closing and expect a CDA that day. It's really hard. And we don't want to charge you a fee because it's like you're in a queue of 150 files and you want to jump ahead of everybody else that was in there. It's not cool. Generally, though, if you have a closing date, you will get a CDA 5 days before closing. If your closing date changes, please update it in Real Smart Agents so we know. That happens a lot where it says a closing date in 2 weeks and no, it's closing today. Well, it doesn't say so in the system. So how do we know? So make sure you guys are on top of that. Okay, a couple things here. This is we get TREC complaints, we get code of ethics complaints, and unfortunately, probably more often than I like. But with this many agents in this market, you'd expect some. But it's just a reminder from your broker, that's me, to stay in your lane. You guys are real estate agents, real estate brokers. You serve your client as best you can. You're able to fill in the promulgated forms. You're able to navigate, negotiate. All those things that you do. You do amazing things. However, you're not attorneys. Stop giving legal advice. You're not inspectors. So even though you've done 1,000 inspections, you're not licensed inspectors who don't give inspection advice. You're not tax professionals. You may know a lot about taxing and so forth, but refer them to a tax professional. You're not property managers. We don't do property management here. We tenant placement. We don't give them advice on how to evict a tenant. We don't, because that's not in our lane. A big one recently, you're not a mold or foundation or HVAC or any one of these types of inspectors. You can't say that's mold. You can say you should probably get that checked out. It might be or whatever, but be careful. And of course, you don't have the right to dispose of the seller's personal property. We've had several cases where the agent took it upon themselves to just discard appliances and stuff without permission. So don't do that. You're going to end up paying for that, just so you know. A reminder, just stay in your lane, which your lane's wide enough as it is. So, okay. We got approval and we are going to move our Woodlands office. So we are month to month there looking for the right space. I've been touring, but if you know of a space somewhere in Montgomery County, Woodlands, Magnolia, Conroe, whatever, that's 1,500 square feet, ground level or floor or first floor access, great parking, near a freeway, probably lots of foot traffic and reasonably priced, let me know. We'll take a look at it, but it's going to happen pretty soon. I know those are tough criteria, but it is what we're doing. So we're looking for an office space and it's going to happen pretty soon. So, okay, events. Yesterday we had our working with rentals class. For those that attended, people had a really good positive feedback. Instructor is an active working property manager. She did a great job in the class. We had about 60 HomeSmart agents there. The slide deck for that is going to be emailed out today. So everybody that attended it, or those that didn't, will get the slide deck. And then, of course, this is a reminder for any time we do a hybrid class or a virtual class, you've got to show up on time. You've got to stay the entire class. You've got to stay on camera the whole time. You got to sign in, you got to sign out, and you can't be driving, talking, or working on the phone while you're in class. I know it's hard. We're all kind of ADD and distracted, but you won't get credit. They have like 3 monitors on there that, several of our agents didn't get credit because they didn't, any one of these things happen. So we hold these classes and pay for these classes so you can get credit for free, but you got to participate in the right way. So just a reminder. I feel like dad today. Come on, kids. The next 2 classes are coming up in November and December. We've got Approaching New Construction with Confidence, which is going to be a great class. Ashley's a good teacher, but we do a lot of new construction here, so it'd be great to have some tips on that and learn. And the last class of this year will be reciprocal marketing. Basically, it's sowing and reaping. As you give, working with other people. It's a 2-hour class. We're excited about both of these. They're going to both be hybrid. We're going to actually go back to in-person and online. We limit the online participation on these. They will be basically a block away from our office. We found a training space at 1333 West Loop South. So it's just literally 2 buildings down. It's a gorgeous training room provided by Capital Title that they're allowing us to use it for November and December. So mark your calendar. But this is a look at part of the room. So we have a room for food. We have a big screen TVs all around it. There's 3 of these in this one room. So it's going to be a great training space and good Wi-Fi in the whole bit. So we're looking forward to that. So it's close by, easy to access, food. And we'll, like I said, hybrid, we'll fill the room and then we'll have probably 20 or so that can do the virtual option. All right, next year, if you guys have, obviously we want to do Legal 1, Legal 2. Next year, but anything in additional, any types of CE classes you want. We've got a lot of people offering CE classes to us, not just the school we've been working with, but we've got attorneys and title and whatever. Let us know, email this, and Wanda and I will compile a list and we'll schedule next year's classes and let you know. When we get them all scheduled by the end of the year, so we'll have the next 12 months of training. This year, we offered 43 clock hours to our agents at no cost to you. So I hope you got to take advantage of those. For most of you on your renewals, you only need 18, so that's pretty good. If you're a brand new agent, you need 90, and your first renewal is 98, but still, we offered a lot of those this year. Okay, save the date. We have the save the date for December 12th for our holiday party. We've now got the location secured. It's going to be at the Conservatory at the Galleria, so very close to the office. If you're familiar with that, it's basically you have one side of it is a I don't know, a street fair. You have a bunch of vendors, different food vendors that are there you can use, alcohol and food. And then you have an eating area. And then you have an upstairs sort of bar, Roxy room where we're going to hold our events. It's going to be very exciting. But for those, if you're serious, the here up on the left is the Roxy room with the tables and the lounges and the bar. Down below is kind of an eating area, but you can see up there with the curtains, that's where the party's going to be. It'll be very fun. And then these are kind of the vendors you walk around. We're going to pick probably 3 or 4 different vendors. We'll have finger food. We'll have, appetizers. It's going to be a fun time with the DJ and stuff. So mark your calendar for December 12th at the conservatory. Details and invitations to follow. All right. Like I said, last week I was in Scottsdale. It was really cool. Thank you for being patient with Wanda. She handled everything by herself, and I was really impressed. But we had all the market leaders and all the franchise leaders. And of course, I wanted to show you this picture. This was just a few of us. Freddie's our Florida market leader. Shelly is our Colorado market leader. Mike there is our California market leader. And of course, I'm their Texas market leader. So we didn't have everybody in that picture, but it was still, at least that there's not a huge team, but it's a really good team. All right. Couple things too. Diamond Awards for 2024. Diamond Awards is our celebration of your year-long success. For those that are new to the company, you may not know what this is. This is your sort of like end of the year celebration. We always have it January or February of the following year. We're probably looking at early February of 2025. HomeSmart has doubled our budget for us. So we're going to have a really big shindig for our Diamond Award winners this year. So if you have some ideas on that as well, we're in the early stages of that. But as a reminder, if you make $100,000 in gross commission earned for the year, you qualify at the lowest level, 1 diamond. And then 200,000 is 2 diamond, 300,000, 3 diamond, all the way up to 500,000 or above is a 5 diamond. And we had 2 5 diamonds last year, and it looks like we may have at least 1 this year. But it's just so you guys to look forward to this. I want to put it this way. We have 40 people so far that have already qualified for at least 1 diamond. 40 more are almost there. They're going to qualify in the 4th quarter. And we have 20 that might make it. That if you really work hard in the 4th quarter, you might make it. And you're as far as GCI. But we've got 1 4 diamond so far, and we got 6 people that have already hit the 2 diamond award amount, which is over 200,000 in 9 months. Pretty impressive. So even in a year that's kind of rough, you want to celebrate their success. And I say that they doubled our budget because Growth Summit, we have a Growth Summit every year, and they were talking about skipping it this year. And then they realized that this is 25th anniversary. So they're going to celebrate, big time that HomeSmart's been around that long. So they're going to have Growth Summit in October of next year. So it's going to be late in the year, and they'll probably stick with October going forward. It's going to be in Scottsdale, and it will be like a day and a half type thing. So it's going to be a big celebration, a tour of corporate headquarters, some networking. So just be aware that they're going to focus really more on the local awards coming in for Diamond Awards, and then they'll do some stuff at the Growth Summit as well later in the year. So that's really fun, especially if you've done really well this year and want to get amped up for next year. All right, HomeSmart, you guys are kicking butt, like I said. So top teams in the month of September, the Bay Area Group, they've transaction size 8, the Royal Elite Realty Group 3, Hive House, HSI Commercial, and Realtix all closed 2 transactions at September. The top sales volume, the Realtix team led the way with over $3 million. Royalty Elite, HSI Commercial, Bay Area Group, and Hive House rounded out the top 5 on the teams. Good job, everybody. This is exciting. I did a lot of numbers today, so I don't want to read all of them, but these are the top 15 agents in sales volume. As we know that in sales volume, it's basically the size of the property or number of properties. So if you sell a $10 million property, that's $10 million in volume. Or you sell 5 properties at $200,000, that's $1 million in volume. So here's the volume. Steve Solomon sold 1 property at $5.9 million, which is kind of cool. Kyra Moten, 3.2. Then many of these are a combination of things. Michelle down there at 1.25. Nice job, Michelle. Jessica is a good volume leaders here. So you can see this top 15. Top 10 agents in sales volume in the 3rd quarter. So now 3rd quarter is July, August, and September. So we just did the top in September. That's 1 month. And then we look at in 3 months, you got Timothy O'Neill, 6.7 million, mostly commercial. Steve Sullivan, 5.9. Isabel Lopez, Henry, Rehan, Bradley, Ranye, 3 to 7 million. I mean, it's crazy, right? That's a 3-month period, but it's a lot of volume and selling. And of course, year to date, the 12 million, almost 13 million for Jessica, down to about 6 million. So the top 10 for the year to date in 9 months is about 6 million to 12, 13 million in volume. That's a lot. It's pretty fantastic. So now units, the number of sales. So this comes into generally homes sold. It doesn't typically include rentals, rented or not. But here you go. For the top 10 agents in September, you've got 4 tied for number 1, Alejandro, Tracy, Travis, and Areli at 4. Then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tied for basically second, which is awesome. You got Enup, Lizette, Jessica, Luis, Michelle, Alejandro, Henry, and Leonard, all there rounding out tied. They're doing very well in September. So nice job. Okay. Then we go to the third quarter. This is July, August, September. Henry's leading the way with 10 transactions. Lizette, Jessica, Alejandro, down to Brittany. Nice job, Brittany. But you have a bunch of people tied again for 4, with 6. So the fourth place, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people have closed 4 transactions in the last 3 months. Tracy and Alejandro, 7. Jessica and Lizette, 8. And Henry, 10 closed transactions, not including rentals, in the last 3 months. Pretty good. And then, of course, the top 10 in sales units for the year. So you'll see your leaders. You go from about 16 transaction closed to 31. It's kind of the mark for 9 months so far. This is not the whole year. So they are actually killing it. Okay, top 15 This is the lunch we have. This is GCI. So we track volume, the units, and we track basically how much the agent makes, right? That's how Diamond Awards are calculated. That's how you qualify making over 100,000. So this is the third quarter, July, August, September, the agent's take-home pay, if you will. So Tim O'Neill leads the way at 198,000 in 3 months, down to 15th place at 66, almost 67,000 in the last 3 months. So that's a good year for some people, and it's already doing it in 3 months. So nice job, everybody. All right. Top 10 agents in GCI for the year. You can see the numbers right here. We have the 10th place is 145, already a 1 diamond. The first place so far is at 427. That's through 9 months. That should be over a 5 diamond when she's done. So looking really good. But 1, 2, 3, 4 at over 2, and 1, 2, almost 2. We're doing really good. All right, here is the top 15 lunch winners for the third quarter. And I know that this is a chance for, I take out basically taking all those numbers, combining them as well, and inviting 15 agents out to lunch. This is for July, August, September, and we'll do a fourth quarter one probably in December or January, just so you know. But Henry Anage, Lizette Labarca, Jessica Lee, Jeff Borkovich, Isabel Lopez, Bradley Gillespie, Brittany Johnson, Tracy Frederick, Farai Qureshi, Clark McFarland out of our Woodlands office, Rehan Rahab, Travis Harris, Areli Martinez, Carla Gamaras, and Kim Van Barkham are the ones that qualify for this month. You'll be getting an invitation to come join me for lunch. And if the ones that didn't make it, you'll be on there next time, I'm sure. So here we go. All right. The lunch will be October 29th. I'll let you guys know that those people on that list will be getting an invitation. And then I also want to remind you all, I didn't put a slide in here, on October 31st. Yes, it's Halloween. We're going to have a Galleria branch lunch. So every year the office staff decorates the office, and there's a competition for all the corporate offices on how well we decorate it. I figured what a great day to have a branch lunch where we provide you a free lunch at the Galleria, and then come in and enjoy sort of the decoration. So October 31st on Halloween, from noon to about 1:30, come on by, check out the office, get some food, details to follow, just so you know. All right, we're doing pretty good. And then, of course, we still have our affiliate partners, which is a nationwide partner, is Muscular Moving Men. We've got Move Concierge. We have a lot of agents that question this. This is you can opt out of this service, but it's a partner of HomeSmart where when you have a closing On the buyer side, they'll contact your buyer on your behalf and offer to facilitate the transfer of utilities, cable, whatever, at no cost to your buyer and no cost to you. Obviously, they make money by doing it, but it's a service. But you can opt out of it. So if your buyer gets a call from Move Concierge and says that you told them to call, you did, unless you opt out. So don't get upset. There we go. And then Seller Shield, of course, our home, and then of course our home warranty, American Home Shield. And of course, next month we have our meeting the same second Thursday at 10 a.m. And for those that didn't jump off for the class, I appreciate you guys. Let me stop sharing. All right. I'm going to give you back some time unless you have some questions. Michelle, do you have any questions? Yvonne or Mr. Bill? Yeah. I'm making her laugh. That's funny. Yes, Elena, go ahead.
Hi, good morning. Marty, can you refresh my memory on the requirements, on education requirements for new agents, if they are less than 1 or 2 years? When do they renew their license every 2 years, 3 years, or just refresh it because it has changed so much?
Yes. We're still on a 2-year renewal cycle. Your first renewal is the only one that's different. You have to do the SCE classes. There's 98 hours now. So you have basically brokerage, you have law, you have another 30-hour class. Then you have legal 1 and legal 2 to renew your first time. So that's 98 clock hours for your first renewal by the end of the second year. And of course, you throw in code of ethics if you're in that cycle. Beyond that, you have only 18 clock hours, which includes legal 1, legal 2 for 8, and then you have your 10 clock hours, if you will, but to finish it out of electives. And 3 of those 10 though have to be a contract class now. So now you have 7 electives, a contract class, a legal 1, a legal 2, for your subsequent renewals every 2 years.
So every 2 years for all the agents.
Mhm.
Except for the first renewal, it's 90 credits.
98, yes.
98? Oh, God.
98.
Okay,
Yep.
let me remind that to my mentees.
Yeah,
Okay.
The first renewal is a big whopper because it's a good time. But if agents are doing their first renewal, they have to prepare early, so for sure. And then, yeah, you're welcome.
Marty.
Angela? Yes. No, sorry.
Excuse me.
Angela, raise your hand first, then
Okay.
Jeanette.
Good morning. My question is the code of ethics. Do we, because I haven't taken it, so I'm assuming